Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be looking at some of the most iconic songs across Lana Del Rey's discography.
Dying young and playing hard.
Number 20, White Dress.
I was a waitress wearing a white dress. Look how I do this.
Before there was Lana Del Rey, there was Lizzie Grant. While her pre-persona work isn't widely known outside her fan base, there are still elements of it in her recent discography. White Dress captures that era of her career perfectly. It touches on her life during that point in time and how she worked at a restaurant before becoming famous.
Just listening to Kings of Leon to the beat.
One motif that she's recently introduced is how she's yearning for a time when she wasn't as well known, which definitely comes through in this track. Her gorgeous falsetto voice complements the soft instrumentation, creating a dulcet melody that draws the listener in. It's a stellar callback to her old work, while still showcasing how much she's evolved.
Kinda makes me feel like maybe I was better off.
Number 19, Shades of Cool.
My baby lives in shades of blue, blue eyes and jasmine.
From the opening chords, Lana gives her listeners something sonically different with this track. Sounding almost like a James Bond anthem with its lush guitars and the undulation of Lana's voice, the song has a very cinematic quality to it.
Can't break through your world.
The subject is a man Lana just can't seem to fix, a topic that comes up many times in her songwriting. We feel for Lana and hear the ache in her voice as she sings.
Can't break through your world.
The film noir-style music video, meanwhile, pairs well with the lyrics and gives it a cool Californian vibe. Number 18, Radio.
Not even they can stop me now.
While she's primarily known for her darker music, Radio proves that this artist can pull off fun bops as well. It's optimistic and focuses on how finding love can make your other problems seem to disappear.
My life is sweet like cinnamon. Look and dream I'm living it.
The production is bright and dynamic and perfectly captures the feeling of being liked and chosen. Despite not being released as a single, it has stood the test of time and has become one of her more well-known works online. The fact that it still sounds fresh over a decade later is a feat in itself. It was proof that, even early on in her career, she's a versatile artist who can't be put into a box.
Playing on the radio.
Number 17, High by the Beach.
Why look at you looking at me? I know you know how I feel.
After the somber tone and themes of ultra-violence, Honeymoon was the ultimate respite. It was a return to the electronic sound on Born to Die, but with a slightly softer edge. High by the Beach is the best example, a part dream pop, part trap pop symphony, where the singer laments about a relationship that's become toxic.
Now you're just another one of my problems because you got out of hand.
Even with the ambivalent lyrics and slightly muted production, the song manages to be captivatingly catchy. It was an exemplary way of transitioning from one era to the next, while still remaining true to her roots. Departing from her previous sound was a risk, but it was definitely worth it in the end.
All I wanna do is get high by the beach, get high by the beach, get high.
Number 16, Arcadia.
My body is a map of LA. I stand straight like an angel.
Lana Del Rey's recent work has offered fans a more honest version of herself and her feelings, particularly when it comes to her career. While Arcadia may sound like a classic breakup ballad, a deep dive into the lyrics suggests that she's ready to leave the music industry rather than a traditional relationship.
I can't sleep at home tonight. Send me a Hilton hotel.
She reflects on how she was put onto a pedestal just to be ripped back down, not unlike what happens to other stars of her caliber. She opted for a more stripped back sound, which highlighted her rich voice and showed how far she's come as a vocalist. Despite the lyrical content, she has persevered and released more music, and we couldn't be more relieved.
America.
Number 15, West Coast.
Down on the West Coast, they got a saying, if you're not drinking, then you're not playing.
There's something inherently cool about this song, from the roll of the drums kicking it off to the surprise tempo shift midway through the chorus. Her vocals change along with the tempo, moving from a hard edge to a breathy softness.
Can see my baby swinging.
Lyrically, it's an ode to the West Coast and its icons, golden gods, and rock and roll groupies. She also weaves a narrative about falling into another doomed romance, but ultimately giving into it. It's the most rock and roll song of Lana's career, and at number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 is to date her best charting debut. Number 14, Blue Jeans.
Blue jeans, white shirt, walked into the room, you know you made my eyes burn.
Lana's known for the imagery in her songs, and from the first line, we know exactly the kind of James Dean bad boy she's describing by the blue jeans and white t-shirt he wears. Lana shows her rough side with this one, as she promises to love her bad boy lover more than
Those bitches be fine.
It's hard to tell whether this is the song of a wounded woman in an unhealthy romantic relationship or the sinister promises of a dark obsession, but either way, she was committed to her man.
I will love you till the end of time.
Number 13, Brooklyn Baby.
They say I'm too young to love you.
Written by Lana with Barry O'Neill and produced by Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys, this song is a fun, tongue-in-cheek send-up of hipster culture in Brooklyn as she sings about her rare jazz collection, the feathers in her hair, and the hydroponic weed she smokes.
Well, my boyfriend's in a band.
Like many of the songs on Ultraviolence, it sounds like she's channeling a 1960s girl group, but the inspiration of the song was really Lou Reed, who she name-checks in the chorus. Lana was actually meant to work with Reed, but tragically, he died the same day she landed in New York.
I'm a Brooklyn baby.
Number 12, Love.
Look at you kids with your vintage music.
Love explores themes that are unique for the singer. She focuses on the positive aspects of being in a relationship and feeling deep love for somebody. The lyrics are about allowing yourself to enjoy those powerful emotions while they're still there, and to live in the moment rather than worrying about it fading away.
The world is yours and you can refuse it.
The dreamy arrangement helps convey that, and gives whoever's listening a hopeful feeling of what's to come. She's also primarily singing in a lower octave, which gives the piece a mature and distinct sound. The climax comes when she suddenly posits herself as the subject rather than the listener. Number 11, The Greatest.
I miss Long Beach and I miss you, babe.
The mark of a great song is when it can capture the essence of the artist. The Greatest serves as a perfect example of how Del Rey can walk the line between classic and contemporary. On this track, she croons about how she just wants things to be simple again, both in her relationships and in life itself.
Those nights were on fire, we couldn't get higher, we didn't know that we had it all.
The band playing is reminiscent of one you might hear in an old cocktail lounge, and it gives the song a rather lovely vintage vibe despite modern lyrics. The artist flexes her knowledge of pop culture by making a variety of references, from classic artists like the Beach Boys to more recent phenomena like live streams. The result is a grand piece with striking lyricism that became an instant classic.
Oh, the life stream's almost on.
Number 10, National Anthem.
I'm your national anthem, God, you're so handsome. Take me to the Hamptons, Bugatti Veyron.
An anthem for a new generation, this song embodies Lana at her most playful as she raps/sings memorable lines, "Money is the anthem of success," over a hip-hop beat and bursting fireworks. The song has a lazy, warm feeling to it as she sings of a high-class, materialistic world full of trips to the Hamptons and rides in Bugatti Veyrons.
You said to be cool, but I'm already coolest. I said to get real, don't you know who you're dealing with?
In the accompanying video, she cast herself as both Marilyn Monroe and Jackie Kennedy Onassis to rapper A$AP Rocky's JFK, giving listeners a new vision of classic Americana images. Number 9. Young and Beautiful.
I've seen the world, done it all.
Lana is one of Hollywood's go-to girls for moody soundtrack anthems, and this track started it all. Written for the Great Gatsby soundtrack, Lana sings from the perspective of Daisy Buchanan, a woman who's afraid that her lover won't want her once her looks begin to fade.
I've seen the world, lit it up.
Like any good Del Rey song, it's tragic and heartbreaking. The beauty of Lana's voice pairs well with the full orchestra behind her, giving the song an undeniably haunting sound.
Will you still love me when I'm not young and beautiful?
Number 8. Hope is a dangerous thing for a woman like me to have, but I have it.
Hope is a dangerous thing for a woman like me to have.
While Del Rey's lyricism is normally praised for its storytelling ability, it also shines when she is unapologetically raw. This song is so deeply personal. She delves into the realities of being famous and how it takes a strain on her mental health.
I had 15-year dances, church basement romances, yeah, I've got.
The accompaniment from the piano emphasizes the pure emotion in her voice, and the simplicity allows it to shine on its own. While the lyrics are dark, there's still the faintest bit of hope in her tone, which is perfectly fitting. This one marked a new beginning of Del Rey opening up to her fans, and allowing them to see a more personal side of herself.
Hope is a dangerous thing for a woman like me to have.
Number 7. A&W.
I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9.
One thing to know about Lana Del Rey is that you should always expect the unexpected. A&W starts off as a gloomy tune where the artist reflects on her life. Then, just as you're ready to succumb to the sadness, she flips the entire piece on its head. Utilizing a steady, pulsing beat, she transitions into part 2, a fun, poppier section about a man who's only with her to feel a rush. Before long, the bleakness from part 1 is traded for pure elation, and we get a hilarious threat to expose this man's behavior to his mother. It's different from anything she's released before, and shows that she always has new tricks up her sleeve. Number 6. Summertime Sadness.
I got my red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark in the pale moonlight.
Not many artists sing about the melancholy of the summertime, but leave it to Lana to explore the underside of what many think is the most carefree season. Cedric Gervais, a well-known house DJ, remixed the song in the summer of 2013.
I'm feeling electric tonight, cruising down the coast, going about 99.
His remix turned it into a sleeper hit since it debuted on the Billboard charts at 72, but climbed all the way to the number 6 spot. The ballad became an unlikely contender for a coveted Song of the Summer spot, and one of Lana's highest charting songs to date. Number 5. Venice Bitch.
Feel fun, feel love.
Clocking in at just over 9.5 minutes, Venice Bitch is her longest song, and one of her most ambitious. It starts out as a classic love ballad, but as it progresses, it turns into something much more unique. Jack Antonoff's production helps transition from the softer verses into a beachy and slightly psychedelic breakdown.
God, want you on my lips. I do. Kiss me a little Venice bitch.
There are several sections where she doesn't sing at all, but the sound design helps keep the listener invested. It became an instant fan favorite, and served as proof that Del Rey could release longer and more experimental work.
If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love.
She revisited the iconic track on 2023's Taco Truck XVB, where she surprised her fans by turning it into a trap remix of the original.
Calling out, bang, bang, kiss, kiss.
Number 4. Born to Die.
Take me to the finish line.
It's the titular song off her sophomore album, and it places listeners firmly into the singer's world. Lana tells the story of a relationship that was cursed from the start, but she's determined to see it through to its bitter end. Her lyrics have been described as apocalyptic, as she sings of the couple's last time together and pleads for her lover to keep making her laugh despite their impending deaths. It's one of her most cinematic songs, with critics comparing its sound to the score of Gone with the Wind and famed composer John Barry's signature style of full, robust strings.
We were born to die.
Number 3. Norman f***ing Rockwell.
Goddamn man-child.
As the titular track of her acclaimed 2019 album, this single has quickly risen the ranks of her discography and swiftly became beloved by both fans and critics. It opens up with a soft string intro before diving into a piano solo, cementing the vintage sound of the rest of the album. Despite touching on the classic themes of a failing relationship, the lyrics were more mature compared to her previous work.
But I don't get bored, I just see it through.
It also highlights her impressive vocal range, as she easily switches from her lower to higher register. It even earned her a Grammy nomination for Song of the Year, her first in the category. It's the perfect opener for the album, and demonstrates the progression in her musicality. Number 2. Ride.
I've been out on that open road.
Produced by the legendary Rick Rubin, this track is one of her standouts, blending all of Lana's favorite topics into one song: her love for bad boys, her feelings of loneliness and being misunderstood, as well as her obsession with older men as daddy figures.
I hear the birds on the summer breeze, I drive fast.
Lana's vocals are husky and mournful, which fits right into the blue-eyed soul genre she's channeling. She extended the song with the inclusion of a monologue for her 10-minute-long music video. The video stirred up some controversy for her cultural appropriation of wearing a Native American headdress as she pointed a gun to her head. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Say Yes to Heaven. This previously unreleased track hit number 18 on the Billboard Global 200. Peppers. Inspired by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, this song with Tommy Genesis highlights her versatility.
Let the caution to the wing, get onto the bike, take a minute for yourself, skinny dip in my mind.
Cruel World. This somber yet gorgeous number helped set the tone for the rest of Ultraviolence. Music to watch boys to. Lana showed off her impressive lyricism in this noir-inspired song.
Like you were lost. Music while watching the boys.
Dark Paradise. She helped usher in a melancholic sound for pop music, which Dark Paradise captured perfectly.
Every time I close my eyes, it's like a dark paradise.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Video games.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name.
The song that started it all. When it appeared on the internet in 2011, Lana instantly drew both admirers and critics for her unique Baroque pop style.
Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you want to do.
The hype monster was at an all-time high when she gave a less-than-stellar performance of the song on Saturday Night Live. Regardless of the live performance, it's quintessential Lana with its melancholy tone, the swell of the violins, and her pleas to keep a distant boyfriend happy. When Lana's at her most vulnerable, she's at her best, and this song is her A-game.
Baby, now you do.
What Lana song resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.